Summertime is here, and with that comes short sleeves, shorts, sandals, swimsuits, barbecues, hot dogs. Oh, wait, I was talking about dogs and hot weather, not people in hot weather. Like Sammys live in Texas, Florida, and elsewhere around the globe that's really, really warm, like Indonesia. They come from up north in Siberia, so how in the world can they survive in the warm, hot summer sun and the warm year-round temperatures? So this is Yeti, and he's a Sammy, and I'm Yeti's mom, and we talk about all things Sammy related. Yeti and I have created a free email list that you can sign up for, listed in the links below. In our email list, we talk about everything Sammy related, from their coat to training a Sammy and everything in between. The email list is listed in the links below, and the shirt is also listed in the links below. Now, Sammys have this beautiful, thick, double layer of fur. The inner layer, it acts as an insulating layer. In the summertime, it keeps him cool. His outer coat protects him from the elements. His inner coat feels very similar to cashmere, and the outer coat is a little bit more wiry feeling, and it's long. Sammys are prone to suffering from heat stroke as well as dehydration, but you should never trim their fur. The only fur that you should trim is on their paws, like around the paws of their feet to stop the Grinch feet from showing, and then underneath and between the pads of their feet. Yeah, but why did you say that they shouldn't be trimmed if they're prone to suffering from heat stroke and dehydration? It's simple. This beautiful outer coat will actually prevent the sun's rays from hitting his skin, prevent him from getting burned, getting skin cancer, and prevent him from the extreme heat. It helps keep him cool, just as it keeps him warm in the winter months when it's like way below 0 degrees Fahrenheit outside. It will also protect him from the sun. Now, Sammys are not outdoor living dogs, so just keep them inside the house. They're super comfortable in the hot summer sun, laying in front of an air conditioning vent. During the daytime, my Yeti loves sleeping right in front of an air conditioning vent where it's just blowing on him full blast. And when he's riding in our car, like his face is stuck right up to that air conditioning vent, and it's like blowing his fur all over the place, isn't it, Sweetie Fuzz? His happy smile isn't just letting me know that he loves me. It's also letting me know that he's kind of warm. That's why Sammys always pant and always look like they're smiling, is because they're warm. Water helps keep them cool, so be sure to keep their water dish always full. Sammys love ice cubes. My first Sammy, Chewy, he would beg us every day for multiple ice cubes. He loved ice cream too, so a few times a week, Chewy would herd my husband and I together to bring him to Culver's to get ice cream. Not only was it super tasty for him, he loved the vanilla, but it would also help lower his body temperature. When you're on a walk or outdoors playing with your dog, be sure to have water nearby. I would suggest getting a portable water container and a portable water bowl for your dog, one that folds flat and it's kind of rubbery. Those work so well for bringing along on walks. Shade and cool areas. You don't want your dog to be hanging out outside like at high noon during the most intense summer sun. You'd want your dog to be outside with you underneath shade in a cooler area of your yard. And Sammys, they do love to dig. So if they find a cool spot, they'll think, oh, if I dig, it'll be even cooler. And make sure that your Sammy always has access to a well-ventilated, very cool area indoors. These are indoor dogs. They're not meant to live outside, but of course, if you go outside without them, they cause a big ruckus in your house. So you'll want to bring them outside with you when you're outside, like, you know, raking your lawn, planting your flowers, like gardening and doing stuff outside. They want to be with you, but be sure that they have access to a cooler area, like a hole in the ground that they've dug, or a shaded area. A cooling bed is a wonderful treat for a dog, and if you have it elevated, oh my goodness, that means air can flow underneath, and it means that they'll be plenty cool. My Sammys have always loved being in the bathroom on the cool surfaced floor because it's a tile floor, and the bathtub is right there too. Porcelain, which is perfectly cool for a Sammy. Limit outdoor activities during the hottest times of the day. That time between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Instead, go for early morning walks, like around 8 a.m. or before. And then in the evenings, bring them on a nice long evening walk. And always bring water. Opt for some shorter walks when it's really warm outside. 85 degrees at 8 a.m., it's gonna be a hot one. Provide them with plenty of mental games, a lot of physical activity, like playing fetch inside. Like you can roll the ball for a few feet, have them go get it, and then bring it back. Also wrestle around with them and their toy. They love wrestling with toys, but they have to include you playing with the toy and them because they're not going to play with the toy by themselves. Training exercises are great to do indoors on a hot summer day. You get to perk up that mental acuity in your dog by asking them to sit, stay, down, come, but you do want to make it fun and involve a special toy. A Sammy doesn't listen to just those one-word commands because they find them boring. Therefore, involve playing fetch with them, and when they bring the toy back to you, you'll have them sit, lay down, roll over, whatever else you've been working on. When it's really warm, I avoid walking on pavement. Like I'll always have Yeti walking on the grass or the dirt. You can test those hot surfaces with your own hand by placing your hand on the surface. And if your hand gets hot pretty quickly, you'll know that it's not really the safest place for your dog. So be sure to have your dog wearing booties, or you can use some paw wax on their paws. I like using Musher's Secret, and I have that linked below. Proper grooming during the summertime is key to making sure their body regulates the heat in a good way. Yeti gets brushed by me a few times a week using multiple different brushes. It also provides a nice area for the breeze to blow through, for him to be comfortable outside, and it also provides you with a nice area to pet. Grooming your dog will help remove loose fur, and please do not ever shave a Sammy because their coat will grow back unevenly. The coat provides the insulation your dog needs to be able to protect him from the hot summer sun as well as the bitter cold. Yeti has more sensitive skin. You know, the harnesses where they sit against his body, his fur has rubbed away. See, like right here, it's shed almost down to his skin. So it's important that I take care of my dog to help protect him from the sun. His skin right there is a darker color. It's not pink like the rest of him is because of the sun hitting right there. If you shave your Sammy down, like their coat might not grow back really well. It might look like this, and that's dangerous to have full areas of your dog completely exposed to the sun. You can also consider utilizing a pet groomer who specializes in double-coated breeds for some extra help. So here are some ideas for you on how to cool down your Sammy. Offer frozen treats like doggy popsicles. In fact, stores even sell doggy safe ice cream. It has a special label on it, special for your dogs. And they come in those little pup cups, and your dog will love that. Ice cubes are wonderful for your dog. In fact, my first dog, Chewy, used to beg me every night for ice cubes. Quimby and Bigby, Yeti's buddies, would sit right in front of my refrigerator asking me, hey, can I have some ice? Give me some ice. Put some ice in the water bowl. So I'd do that, and they would just lap that right up. They loved that. Bigby, unfortunately, on May 7th, 2023, he did pass away. He had lived a full, really long life. He was 13 and a half years old. He chose his time to go out. It was the day after my family had gathered together to watch Prince Charles become King Charles, like officially King Charles. And Bigby was right there with all of us, like interacting with all of us, having fun with all of the women in my family who had joined to watch that event. And sometime overnight between May 6th and 7th, I think he might have suffered a stroke because he was acting like a human does when a human has a stroke. He just passed away peacefully on May 7th. Quimby really misses him, and Yeti does too. And Quimby is still here. He is 14 years old and still active as can be. Some other ways to help your dog cool off is to use a cooling bandana wrapped around or a cooling vest. To help your dog cool off even more, you can wet your dog's nose, their paws in cold, chilly water with a wet rag that's been placed in ice water. You know, you can wipe them down to help them cool off. Or you can fill up a little kiddie swimming pool for them to play in the backyard while you're out there. So some of the signs of overheating are heat stroke and heat exhaustion. How you notice that in your dog. Heavy panting, where their tongue is hanging out even further than it normally hangs out. Excessive drooling, or even difficulty breathing. They have a rapid heartbeat, they might be weak, or they can even collapse. They have bright red gums, diarrhea, vomiting. If they experience any of that, it's important that you jump on that phone right away and call your emergency vet. Or if the vet is open, get them to the vet right away. It's important for you to watch out for the heat and your dog. I encourage you to keep your eyes posted for all of those hot weather type symptoms and for your Sammy's well-being. Please be sure to comment to us any types of questions that you have, any concerns that you have about your dog. Yeti and I love reading your comments. Please do join our free email list. We keep you up to date on everything, so we'll bark at you next time.